Back again for a second night. True seekers you must be, or just lucky, or perhaps foolish. You survived the first night of scares, but can you survive picking a second? Let us see. Here we have 4 options because only 4 of our 8 survived. The others got the axe. So tonight, really pay attention. All of your heebie-jeebies on alert, and tune in neck hair by neck hair to the correct option for you. Tonight's theme, here with Mummy Rebel, aka Bohemia, aka Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart Readings, yeah! During this 31-day challenge, tarot spooktacular is what we're calling it over here, okay? Yes, so we're very much in the spirit of the hallowed season, all aspects of it, in seriousness and frivolity, and we're so glad that you could join, okay? Like, share, subscribe, or suffer the consequences. So, moving forward, here in my witch's lair, it's time to decipher. Here in this scrying ball, you guys see what happened. Your connections were too intense. The scrying ball didn't make it. It too got the axe. So, will your love make it to another night? Or are they afraid of this intense connection? It happens quite often to us witches, hence why the love spell was created. So, before we tap in to see if one of those is necessary, see my links. We're gonna look into seeing, are they afraid of your intense, inescapable, enigmatic, charismatic, some might say, connection? We have 4 options, colors of the sacred season here. We have this rusty orange, which they call Auburn here. Ground yourself, it says, number 11, with the leaves that have fallen to their death. So cute. Number 2, we have yellow. Purify your body with 22, another master number. Purify your body, always best before the witches feast on you. Number 3, black. Find richness from the dark of night. Well, don't we all? And I just love that fog. Number 28. And number 4, we have Scarlet. Oh, how we love Scarlet around here. Attracts success, doesn't it always, being Scarlet? We have number 7 on that card, it says. So option 1, Auburn. Option 2, yellow. Option 3, black. And option 4, Scarlet. And if you're not yet shooketh to the timbers, go ahead and proceed to your timestamp and see if you can survive picking your scare. For those of you with the audacity to choose number 1, Auburn, let's see. Are they afraid of your intense, conjuring, inescapable connection? We have call for help. Perhaps they have tried to escape. Well done keeping your holds. Reach out, need for backup, admit to your needs. It's number 12 if that matters to you. It could be a Capricorn, could be a Sagittarius born in the 12th month. Could be born on the 12th, September maybe. We have Knight of Swords reversed from the Zombie Tarot. We have Ghost reversed. A ghost hanging. How interesting. I had one of those once. It says regret. We have an animal hiding. The black egg. A hidden black egg. We have the 10 of Swords. And we have the Mystic Circle. Your abilities will be enhanced. Wow. A witch after my own heart. Look at you guys. Of course. Of course they might be a little bowled over. This is quite the connection. They feel like they can phone in whenever they want. Whenever they are feeling topsy-turvy. Whenever they're wanting to apologize for their wrongs. Come and snivel for forgiveness. You might hear them. You might feel them. They might come to you in dreams. I'm sure this has happened before because you guys have a connection from the darkest of ethers. Dark being a very good thing, no sarcasm, witch or not. The dark energy of the universe, the dark matter, the very fiber of your spirits can resonate with each other. So it is a very intense connection beyond death, beyond the Ten of Swords. Here we see the rainbow, we see them sowing, plowing the earth, using that decomposition to bring forth life yet again. So you guys have been together in many, many incarnations. As a matter of fact, you might have summoned them to this very incarnation and talked them into it while their spirit was trying to find some rest. There's the energy that perhaps their spirit hasn't quite healed from past incarnations, a little bit fragmented, a little bit splotched, like when you get into an accident on your broom and find splinters where things don't shine. They have a bit of confusion, a bit of regret, a bit of feeling like they need to come clean in karma. They could be waiting for you to reach out because it can be hard for them to do so. They're trying to step out of feeling in between the worlds and not knowing what is what. They look to you for clarity on these things. What is going on? Their abilities are enhanced by this connection, and that could be very fearsome for them, depending on their political views, their religious views, and the values they think they have. They might be at odds with their very own spirits, and since they're not yet healed, this could be something that is a bit scary for them. But they see the potential, because we see the orchids here blooming on her phone as she makes a call, trying to escape this gloomy castle. They see the potential here with the black egg. The black egg is powerful. This is the deepest of magics. The before the sound Om, before creation noises began, the very utter origins of existence. So definitely a very deep bond that you get them shooketh to. And they don't quite know what's going to come out. They don't know what's going to come out of this connection. They don't know what's going to come out of you. Some of them are afraid of retaliation. Some of them are afraid of your magic. They know that you are a magical practitioner, a spiritual person, someone of the woo-woo, and it frightens them, okay? They're very spooketh. That's the word we should be using. Spooketh. Scary season version of shooketh. Alright, now what's this here? I see a fortune of stars. Let's take a look. We have the Fornax, the furnace, 2 of clubs. And we have here in the night sky Aquarius, the 6 of clubs, the water bearer. So your guys' stars are quite entwined. You have your free will here still with the 2 of wands, important to remember. However, the way you ignite each other's psychic senses, the awakenings that you elicit from each other, it's quite delicious. A little bit like cauldron soup. Simmer, simmer. So this is something that they feel like they can come back to, but also something that they feel they need a break from. They could be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. They could also be a Scorpio or a Pisces or an Aries, okay? And so there can be things that it might take a level of friendship to be able to explore in safety. It's hard to work on multiple depths at one time. So spiritually, if there is this huge depth of soul, awakening, it can be hard for them to work on that awakening, a psychic spiritual one, and a deepening love awakening at the same time. Your relationship is without bounds. It's without the connection of having to be smushed into this particular incarnation's and your country's definition of a monogamous married relationship, okay? You see how small that box is to check when you have such an etheric all-being connection with somebody? It's small things, okay? And although small things are important, we see the seeds here sowing, we see the egg going to unfurl, you're not yet to that stage. So it's important to maintain the friendliness, to handle this relationship with delicacy, okay? Even though we're very powerful and we have very strong connections, real magical practitioners, real woo-woo people know that there's, you know, times to finesse things, to do things with a careful hand. And this is true for this connection. You don't want to be on the phone to their spirit all the time. That's very intense for them. You don't want to be, you know, trying to summon them and keep them in your dreams and your readings and your magic all the time. That's very draining for them. And it can make them feel unstable to the point that they don't feel whole in their own spirit. So you need to release the bits of their spirit back to them. Let them shamanically, you know, heal and go back to them. You can devour them later. Yes. Okay, and in doing so, the more that you study the boundaries of energy and the, you know, what we can do versus what we choose to do with our free will, it's teaching you a lot about spirituality and magic, which is a very delicious gift to have given to you. So is this person intimidated by your intense connection? Very much so sometimes, very much so. And they can be very encumbered by it. And they need to be able to come to their awakening, which happens when their spirit's in contact with you. They need to be able to come to it within their own terms. They need to be able to feel they have the free will to reach out to you themselves and not be emotionally manipulated or, you know, controlled into doing so, maneuvered into doing so. And they feel that. They feel any kind of telepathic, spellbinding, anything like that. Whatever terms you want to use, even if it's manifesting, okay? They feel that. So it's something that you'll want to look out for. Find a balance, refrain from doing that too much, even as you caretake the foundation of the relationship with an eye to the future. Because this connection could be anything. It could be any connection in any direction, any time, any space, within, without, reality. You know, it doesn't have to be something incarnated. It doesn't have to be in the matrix. It's just not limited to that. And relationships like that might choose not to become love relationships, not to blossom into certain connections. Okay, so the best bet is to let this one breathe, let this person come to their realizations, and be there for them when they are ready to connect in that way, so that it's not filled with regrets, and so that they can be a healed spirit to connect back to this original connection that you have in a whole way. So that's what I see for you, Auburn. You go ahead with your bad self. Please like, share, subscribe, and if you dare, comment. And I'll talk to you again on another one. For those of you whose witches' brooms have led you to number 2 with yellow, let's see. Are they afraid of your intense connection? We have your original card, 22, yellow, purify your body. We have sacrifice, renunciation, offering, letting go. It's number 35, if that's significant for you. From the zombie tarot, we have this charming Knight of Cups, surfing whilst eating a brain. And then we have trick or treat reverse, mischief and play. Seems rather mischievous to me. We have owl here, looking at you, intensely masked, but seen. We have the Page of Pentacles here, Santeria, Yagua. And we have the Chalice, rejuvenation and fulfillment. What a hard one to decipher. Kind of like trying to scry through my half-broken ball. But when you have the gift, they talk. Let's see. We have this swan here pierced through the neck. This is a relationship connection that I guess you would say is killing them softly. It's something that's hard for them to escape, something sweet, tender, and yet it's like when they say that a soft tongue crushes the bone, a bit of an iron fist in a velvet glove. They open up to the treats and then bam, you hit them with the tricks. This is a connection that is hard for them to figure out how to get in the door. It's like you call them in, you slam the door. Get out of my house. I have brewing to do. It's very interesting. And they feel like they just can't put their finger on how to get this connection to work. Should they just give in to the mischief of it all, play back the same game, or should they come charm their way in with a treat, with a sweet, with a promise? Is it worth it? Will you get them on the back end for that and show them the door? So, what do they do? What do they think? Quite often they feel like this is a situation that leaves them broken, that hits them in all their tender places, and that you care not at all, and that they're ready to let go. And yet still, they can't help but wanting to sacrifice themselves. It's like you tell them that, honey, we're doing ritual sacrifice tonight, and then here they come, showing up at the door, just begging for it, really. So here they are, offering their chalice, offering their cup again and again, just easy pickings for you. So looking upon the cards, I would say that you've got this mortal quite in their feelings, as they say. I think that they're not too intimidated. They feel as though you give them a hard rub sometimes, so mysterious, so ethereal, so backhanded with your magical ferocity sometimes, that they don't know how to handle it, but you really enchant them. You really just lure them in. And it's like, even if they must be the sacrifice, well, so be it. Here they come on their chariots, not to win victory, but to be your prey. They feel as though they are bid to do your bidding. They even have an ancestor group here that encourages the connection and, lets them go. Oh, it's quite funny, really. Lets them come through to be taught, okay? Because when they come to you, they gonna learn today. So some of you are their karma, some of you are their poison, their forbidden side. You bring out their shadows, you teach them what no one else could teach them, what could not be taught, it seemed. And the ancestors say, hey, no feathers off our wings. Thank you so much. So there is a very interesting energy here with that. There's a strong energy of Libras, Pisces, Cancers. All right, we have some Taurus and Capricorns as well, Virgos. And what is this I see? A Fortune of Stars. Let's take a look. We have the Swan. It couldn't be done but by magic. I did not. And yet here I am reading the magic of the cards. The Swan here, pierced with a feather, with a bow, with the arrow. All of that combined, you guys. The bow, the arrow with the feather on it. And here we have what looks like a bow and arrow getting the Swan with the Ace of Swords. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, indefinitely. We also have the King of Clubs here, Cephas, the King of Joppa. Fall birthdays as well. A fire sign. Fire and air here melding together in a watery sense of emotions. Boil and bubble. Do I smell trouble? I think this one, you have them just walking down the street, do a diddy diddy dum diddy do, and you're just like a laser to a black cat. Okay, call them in. Call them in. What can't you make them do? So I feel like their affection for you, their mortal oblivion, and their need to be charmed and to chase pretty things is allowing you to get them right where you want them. I see no resistance on their ancestor's side, but sometimes you might spoil it with a bit too much spice and not enough sweet. We have to learn, even if it's, on a hoodwink, to draw them in without scaring them off. It's a real talent witches must perfect. So communication. Are you communicating by your owls then? By bat, by crow? If you hear above that rumbly sound, that's not thunder, that's the bats in the attic, truly. So try to go a little bit more treats, a little less tricks, unless they really deserve it. But here you have rejuvenation and fulfillment. They're not too afraid of your intense connections. They quite like it. How cute of you to be a big bad witch. So that's what I'm seeing for you, number 2. Please like, share, subscribe if you have good vibes that won't make me come for you. And if you're brave enough, I dare you, leave a comment. Those of you brave or perhaps foolish enough to choose number 3. We shall see. Will your courage get you what you seek? Now, are they afraid? Are they intimidated by your intense connection? Let's take a gander. We have black, which is the card you chose. Find richness from the dark night. I must admit, my favorites of the bunch. Number 28, if that is significant for you. In contrast, next to it, we have the skull of light, illumination. We have the queen of hazards, what we call pentacles, or what they call pentacles, I should say. Chained here, this zombie without her arms, but still very stylish, very stylish. We have the call of the night reversed, daring, adventure, excitement, card 16 reversed. How anticlimactic. We have nightingale. Sing, baby, sing in the dead of night. Yes, the dead of night. We have the zombie card, what others might call the hanged man. And we have dance. Yes, dance, what others might call the chariot. We also have, what is this? A cupid with a bow. I must admit, I admire the style. Sneak up willy-nilly and stick it where you want, and boom, they're doing your bidding. Lovers in love. Shout out to Cupid. True love and fidelity. So is this connection too much for them? Do they sit there and think, oh, this is too much, I must escape, I must? Or are they hip to the jive with your connection, your intense, magnetic, inescapable connection? Let's take a look. It seems as though they're quite aware. They are quite aware of it. But sometimes they try to shun it. They're afraid of having to work on their deeper selves. They're afraid that once they give into it, they'll never get out. They're afraid of being able to work, shower, bathe, eat once they give into this connection, because what else could they possibly focus on? All right. Q I'm Your Man by Leonard Cohen. All right. They feel like they would come crawling, begging, like a wolf that's been bitten, a werewolf unable to escape the moon. What will they do if they give in to this connection? See them here crawling to you, spooketh. Yes, that's the shooketh of the season, y'all. Get hip to that jive. We have zombie here, you having their head, you being in their crown chakra, you having them tossing and turning and shivering and moaning. Oh, we love a good moan. 'Tis the season. So I feel as though they're about to give in to you. Some of them have tried to have a mortal. How sad. They've tried to go and have another path and be so mundane, be so practical, be so focused, so serious, deny their own magic, deny their own passion, their own soul's yearnings. And yet here we have it beating, thumping wildly within them, love. Here we have it sparkling, radiating from their head, this illuminating of the connection. We have them coming to you. The torture is in the fighting, darling. Just give in. And yet here they go. We have the snake here. There is Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces energy here. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Can be some Libras. Give in. Their kundalini, it's like their kundalini energy, their raw primal sexual energy only wants to give in to you. Oh, you have them. You have them, all right. But they might have a ball and chain elsewhere. 'Tis the way. It doesn't seem healthy for them to be between worlds like this. Their passion, their spirit, their love, their calling out, their creativity, their spiritual growth, enlightenment, all lies with you, and yet here they are, refusing the call of the night. But look at here. We have a fortune of stars. We must look. We have Ursa Major, the Great Bear, Ace of Hearts. Need we say more? Need we say more? But still, we have here King of Spades, Aquila, the eagle. The eagle and the nightingale. Some Aquarians here. 11th house placements. So try as they might to stay in flight, mind over matter they fall. Twisting and turning, bubbling and burning, their yearning for you does call. Yes, witches really do speak in rhymes quite often. I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't worry at all. You are the charmer, they are the snake. You are the real one, the other's the fake. With the ace of hearts and love here with Cupid, they're singing for you always. And already, even though they're acting stupid, okay? Your connection's not too much for them. They're just denying their truer nature and thus denying you. Even the witchy baby laughs. Magical child knows it's true. And that is all I have for you. Whoop-de-whoop. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And if you dare, and you're a bad witch, leave another comment. More than one. Several. For those of you who conquered your fears and chose number 4, Scarlet, here we are. Scarlet attracts success number 7. You have nobility, honor, high standards, idealistic number 42. You have Page of Wands. You have the Owl reversed. It says wise seeing, wise action reversed. Spider. You have the Hermit. And you have the Sphinx. Choose your words carefully. Now, your group feels very much, your person feels very much like when you've done so much hard work and you're about to make your children's soup. And here they go, getting out of the cage, causing havoc everywhere. Goofiness and silliness and uncontrollable actions. What can be done about this situation? Here you are, the spider, trying to get your prey. And here they are escaping. This person does not think the situationship, I'm hearing, is that what the kids call it, the mortals? They do not think that it is too intense. Rather, they snub it, whether through vast maturity, some of them, or through complete immaturity. They are operating as single people. They're operating as though you don't know all of their secrets. You can't read into everything that is for them, as if you fall into traps and webs and conjures of their own. And they do have their ancestors on their side who do not like all of your games. Their ancestors are not 100 with you. So it is a bit like a scenario of Chase. You know, the troublesome little child toddling away, and here you are trying to grab them and get them and capture them, and here they go with their mischief, okay? And some of you, it's reversed. They're, you know, just too cool for school, as stoic as a gargoyle, as high up as one as well, snobby and looking down their nose. Yes, there's Capricorns and Virgos in this group, Taurus too, truly, Scorpios, some Libras. We also do have Gemini and Leo, Aries, Sag, so quite a lot of you might pick this option or have. And you know, they don't have time. They don't have time for it. They're like, those aren't fireflies, they're candlelights. You know, they have no time for synchronicities and, you know, being called betrothed to someone else. Like, what is this? The 1730s? They have other things in mind. They have things to conquer, things to accomplish, and they feel like their honor, their morals, their way of living life, their code is well enough, that they don't need somebody else telling them to do things a different way, to handle relationships a different way, to move in their way, in their cosmic essence in a different way. They would find that quite silly, laughable, and also annoying. So this person, they quite snub this interaction. Now they feel vibrations, they have senses of their own spidey senses, I guess we could say, but their way of doing things is not your way of doing things. Their way of connecting to people is not your way of connecting to people, and they don't like feeling like a spider in your web. They like to have the control, if they want any at all. Some of them are not interested at all. So with them, they do monitor your words. If it's not what they want to hear, they won't listen. They won't connect. They won't accept the connection here. And again, they do have ancestors kind of glaring out from the ethers, wondering why they would get involved in this connection. Seeing this, as you can hear, as a bit of a snafu, a bit of a silly little tidbit in the movie of their life, okay? But here we have some fortune of stars. Let's take a look. What more can be told? We have the Four of Diamonds, the unicorn, Monoceros, which is, yes, the unicorn, one horn. And here we have Taurus, the bull, Queen of Diamonds. So they have this mix through and through of being quite whimsical and childlike and quite serious and very stuck in their ways. And I think both of you might have qualities like this, where you have a seriousness and you have an immaturity or a childlike energy, and you guys kind of oscillate between the two, and it's like jumping between being the prey and the spider. But it looks like there's many things unknown about this situation, many things unknown about their soul path. We have the Four of Diamonds here with the Sphinx with the unicorn. They are a rare soul. They do have their own unique things to accomplish, and I don't think that they're easily kept in a jar like a firefly, okay? They're not very easily handled and pulled away from their destiny to sit and play as a zombie baby locked in a high chair is, to play adopted by somebody else because somebody else wanted a deep soul connection with them. All right, they would rather sit alone while in the midst of people, if that makes sense, than to be connected in an intimate relationship with somebody who they didn't love, because they feel like that. They feel like this would be like feeling alone while you're with them. So they're off to their fun, their games, their gimmicks. They're off to focus on other things in life, and when they feel that there is a realistic partnership that matches their physical incarnation, then they will join in. And if you guys have gone through all of those games and loops and bobs and you are together, there are a few of you that are together in this holy matrimony, they call it, then in that case, this person does not see it as something they have to be in. They don't see it as this a connection to be afraid of, or that they're doomed to, or fated to, or that they must. They see it as a connection that their passion led them into, a marriage that they went into willingly, and that makes sense to them both on the adult practical level, and that kind of soothed their inner child. And probably in various ways you guys caretake the child in each other as much as you also might want to just go after each other for that immaturity sometimes, as well as nurture each other's growth as adults in your cycles. However, there is that buffer of the ancestors not always being quite pleased with this connection, and you might feel that, okay, there are things withheld, and that could be the space in this connection. Yes, a little bit of laughter, a little bit of trickster energy, a little bit of frustration from the ethers with this connection. So that's what I'm seeing for you. Please like, share, subscribe, and if you are so bold, comment, and we'll talk to you again on another one. Goodbye, little rebels.